no, DCMC gonna get the Viper Strike on top of him along with a few of them right clicks. They do make a turn onto Stinger, but here comes Alone. So with the stunned up Queen of Pain, there is a sonic wave to go through, and they will get Michael, but with the finger going out, Michael gotta get run on over. SHAKA almost going down. Alone still ticking is the Shadow Strike as DCMC makes the turn around onto the Templar Sacred. Does he have the arena? Yes, he does, along with the spear onto the Morphling, but he will attribute shift back in time. DCMC keeping up the contact onto Sacred, will take the kill onto the Mars. Stonegaze onto 3 as they turn now onto Kotaro. They will get this team wipe onto the enemy. You just had to call them out. You had to call them out, Kojo. And now Universitario. You haven't even seen their final form. Oh, okay, never mind. Choco will just die to a trap.
No, even Choco dying to a trap, this was insane. Invaders completely miscalculating the potential kill on this Morphling, and they went in. Half of their team went in, half of their team were retreating. And being this indecisive is never a good idea. It's never something that you would love having on your team in a game of Dota 2.
To be fair, on the other side either, they weren't really sure if they wanted to use the Sonic Wave and turn into this fight, but the very end, it leads them for a team wipe and their first objective on the map. I guess overall, it's happiness all around for the Universitario side.
And basically, they have evened the game out, so they're absolutely happy. The Morphling can catch up finally, and you got your Witchblade on your Queen of Pain. That's something I would love. I'd like to see. SHAKA might be dying once again.
On the catch onto him.
He's farming the jungle. He's farming the jungle, which is the dangerous part of their own. So the Morphling can farm the other part.
Yeah, he needs to accelerate his farm on the side of SHAKA if he wants to be relevant on this game.
Yeah, he's doing fine for now. Got the Vessel.
Ryu actually finishing both of the Oblivion staff items, FYI. So both Witchblade and the Mate Slayer. As I'm quite curious to see what Destroyer wants to go for as the finisher item. Stinger gunning for the Lotus Orb. Michael just wanting to get his blink. His impact is going to be greater as Sacred with the phase boots, blink, and eventually BKB, which is not that far off as Kotaro. Diffusal Blade, Manta. Into Disperser Scotty. Interesting enough as Alone. Gonna get the tail end of everything with the Sonic Wave. A bit of a whisper into Alone's ear. As despite all of this, I find it amazing that Invaders are still in the lead. I guess they zoned out Universitario for so long.
Yeah,
I heard a Dragon Tail somewhere, sorry about that. As a catch on the Stinger. Just a casual kill. The broken DK.
As you said, removing their potential to farm is a really huge deal on the Invader side, making the map shrink for Universitario is really something that the Invaders are capitalizing on, conquering more and more territories. But
Kotaro?
Yeah, for now, with these kills, Universitario are really claiming back some of their own.
Man,
Michael, look at me though, he's tanky.
Ryu? And with the catch, good hex, silenced up, they hold on to him. The trap shard is working out great, but the silence eventually ends and Ryu will just jump out like nothing has happened to them. As you have Shadow Strike to heal back up. The tick rate. Nothing to be scoffing at.
Look at the defensive wards on bottom coming out from Universitario just to make sure that their Morphling can farm. Of course, Morphling is on top now. Oh, but once again, get up
with the catch. Onto the Mystic Flare they go. A nice little suckage. As down goes the Templar. They are losing SHAKA for this one. And with another dragon form available, I do believe Lizex will just have to accept his life is over.
We should rush, of course, if the TA would be alive, but without the TA, they are just gonna be pushing the bottom lane. Back to Morph, I mean, supposedly he's always farming the jungle on bottom, so that's why. Therefore, we have so many setups when it comes to wards. But for now, obviously, it's understandable that he wants to avoid the team fight, so he's pushing on the top lane.
Destroyer never makes the phylactery build on this Skywrath mage, right? It's such a niche here on him. As yeah, he's going straight up Aghanim Scepter as the Hex down Morph. We'll meet with Michael just a little bit, but with the Wisdom Room coming out, Michael gonna get right-clicked down by the Nature's Prophet as Alone and Sacred try to make contact with DCMC with his last remnant of mana. We'll wait for him out of there. Can backup arrive on time? As I heard the Viper Strike go out on to the enemy Nature's Prophet, but eventually Destroyer arrives as the cavalry giving him some mana. He will wait for him backwards, but there's another trap. Alone can just keep on trapping and silencing him. They will get the Morphling down, as that is 800 gold into the pockets of the Radiant. Destroyer, pay for your sins. Time for some penance, as Alone, they just turn back on to the Skywrath Mage, and even with the Mystic Flare drop, it's an even Steven score for Invaders.
You would have easy just on Alone will be definitely useful. And I really love the idea that they are giving this to the TA and not the Medusa, because you are never going to be going onto the high ground or showing yourself as a forwarded positioning hero, as it's more like Alone's job. As she has the tower damage and the objective damage on their own.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a breath.
I do like Alone having the Aegis. I think it opens them up for some tier 2 pressures, as they try and might just as well go to... Oh, the Tormentor. Oh, Courier sniping coming out from Shaka. He's doing the shenanigans.
PERU is unbugged.
No. I guess pauses do fix it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe that we, as you said the last time, we may be experiencing some ticks going by as the pause is there.
No, that just kind of resets the models of the enemy heroes, but...
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing's for certain. First tier 2 broken by Universitario. That's Sacred. He might just walk into the thick... No, he doesn't.
It's actually Shaka that I'm on him. Huh? Sacred? Stinger, I'm sorry. He's fine.
Yeah, utilizing the HP seed.
Yeah.
I have no idea why the Serenity is still on Alone, by the way. 26 minutes into the game. What is that?
If you're a fan of Radiant's top
As
tower, shut my eyes right now.
what are they expecting? What is Universitario setting up for? Oh, taking the second tier 2 tower down. And
they are just really trying to, you know, cut the waves, as you can see, put some pressure on the top tower as they have a creep wave on their own.
DCMC? What the hell? It's gonna be a base race? And as they try, Kotaro makes an appearance. And he comes with the Disperser. As Destroyer gets taken out onto the back line. They do get a return kill onto Destroyer, but I was looking at DCMC and Kotaro's little bit of a banter fight.
Yeah, that's a solo kill on Stinger. But they're gonna pay with the price of this Skywrath Mage, so Destroyer falls as well.
Sacred? What is he looking for? Alone finally finds it. Gonna be a stun. On to the Templar.
They would only know, if they would only knew how deep Alone was going and how killable that target was. But this is the nature of Dota. So much mind games are happening all around the map. As Alone, still having the Aegis on her hand for 2 additional minutes. And Kotaro is here. He just arrived from the top lane. So they can siege on this high ground. I think the tier 3 is gonna be secure nonetheless.
Forget I said that. They're bottom
You should
tower.
at least get that one as Destroyer with the Mystic Flare. Should stand by.
Man, Radiant does not
Well, I'm
like
still not
Dyer's
sure
bottom
which is the
tower
better
getting
target, the
exposed.
Templar or the Medusa. Both are pretty fine, although nice clean off with the Manta illusions. Doing his best
Haul ass and help out that bottom tower. There's not gonna be
to get to the BKB as fast as possible, to get to the Aghanim Scepter as fast as possible. Lizex will need to try and pressure as DCMC will break the tier 3 tower just as well. Earth Spike onto the Morph. Hex down, stuck right now. Does have the waveform. Will just go for the sidestep play and try and TP out. Will make it as well as SHAKA playing as a distraction, coming in with the TP. Will save his Morphling and set it up for
Polus
success.
alone. He just borrowed something huge. Even activated it. Here comes Destroyer.
Trying to take out the
Oh my
traps,
God.
but it's gonna be the two of them. DCMC and Destroyer versus alone as the
wants
lockdown.
more.
The DD. It's a lot of damage. Can the others make it in time though? A few more right clicks. Here comes Ryu. Doesn't eat
Scrap.
the Viper Strike though. Broken down. We'll just TP back. We'll just blink back to be more precise.
That's why it's so advantageous to have the TA traps being set up in these positions, as it basically enabling you for a high ground push once again. You should cherish those creeps up mid, keep them alive of course, so you can finally break these Rexes.
Run down onto Lizex. He knows everything. Aegis getting recalled.
Yep, page is expiring.
Bring back a bit of the silence. Kotaro just sitting pretty on the high ground. Not really making a move.
24k.
And there
there
you go.
it
Lizex and DCMC stuck inside the arena. Down goes the Morphling. Can they get enough damage out to at least kill the Templar on top of everything? But no, they lose themselves one by one as the Quap dies as well, nailing the DK onto the wall. And as they die one by one, they'll call out the GG. Kotaro with the celebratory stone gaze. They will witness as invaders with these really sudden fights. I'm not so sure how that execution could have gone better, but 23-17 with a 13k net worth lead. Invaders take the 2-0.
Did the Morphling die? I completely missed how DCMC just died in this last fight. Was he making a mistake, like with the Morph, or he was just caught?
No, caught insta-speared.
unexpectedly?
Insta-speared,
Oh, it's the
insta-stun.
spear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the
Yeah.
initiation of Sicker was just too strong for him. Yeah. Overall, I guess the Viper position 5 coming to your South American pubs. I don't know if Stinger
really
will answer
hope
for
not,
those
but-
crimes, but
I really hope not, but of course there is always it's always really nice to try out new things, and as we have seen this time, it was working. But I do not recommend trying out these kind of plays in your ranked matches, but you can always try out them in unranked. And yeah, that's all. We invaders with a very, not very, but nonetheless a